Whoa, it's a beautiful day to do these reactions, man. Listen, like it before you light it, hit the sub before you hit the bud, join the team before you hit the green, and don't forget to hype me up. Hype me up. Say, bro, like I always say, y'all know there's only 2 YouTubers in the whole wide world that do that, and I'm both of them. Let's get into this video.
So they're saying it takes 9 to 12 months, maybe even longer, to get a job in this market. And that's, to me, that's one of the most tone-deaf statements that I hear career coaches say, because if you're anything like I was when I got laid off, you don't have 3 months. Look, your bills don't quit just because you get laid off. Your expenses don't quit. Your kids still have to eat. You got to keep the lights on. You got to do all these things. So to sit there and say, just buckle up and get ready, be prepared, be patient, is the most nonsense crap I've ever seen.
I need you to understand one thing. If Amazon can cut 14,000 jobs 62 days before Christmas, what makes you think that your job would not cut you? What makes you think your job is safe? Guys, we are living in times where employers don't give a damn about you being a 3-time employee of the month, a 3-time employee of the year, how much brown nosing you do, how much overtime you work, how much sacrificing you did for the company, neglecting your family. They don't care, guys. These jobs only care about the income that they can make for the company. And they're going to pay you as less as possible, but work to get the most out of you to accomplish that. And if they have to cut you to meet those numbers, those analytics, then guess what? Get ready, because they're going to treat you like trash going out on a Friday. Being somebody who know, because that's what happened to me at my job. But not only that, guys, 84 million people are supposed to lose their jobs in 2025 thanks to layoffs and firings. And this should be a clear sign to you that if the big tech companies can lay off people who are making hundreds and $200 an hour, what do you think they'll do for you making $15 to $20 an hour?
Hey, bro, he said a lot, man. He said a lot, dog. I've always looked at the relationship between the employer and the employee like this. The employer is only going to pay me enough so that I don't quit. And since I knew that before I went into business for myself, I had the motto of I'm just going to work just hard enough not to get fired. It was only, but this happened at a young age. It was only until I realized that this job is literally my first capital investor. So I need to make as much money as possible while I work on this job so I can have disposable income to pour into real estate. That's what I did, man. I was like, man, I'm not finna bust my ass for these people because you won't promote me. You just put the white boy who just got hired 2 days ago up for the promotion that I've been begging for the last 2-3 months. Dog, that really happened to me, bro. And that's when I knew the game was rigged, because this white boy fucking sucked. But he was a good looking white boy, man. He looked like a goddamn short version of Thor. I swear to God, man, this was nigga. If you're white watching this is the white boy you do not want to leave alone with your girl. I get it. He's a good looking white boy. Put him up there, he gonna bring more customers, but he sucked at his motherfucking job. When I saw that, I said to myself, bro, there's no fucking way I'm finna bust my ass for no corporation ever again in my life, unless I'm doing it for me. Oh, he's a hard worker. I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for me with your ugly ass. So yeah, bro, if you gonna work hard for these companies, bro, just make sure that you know you won't be rewarded for it. They will let your ass go. Do it for the sake of you doing it to get what you need out of it. Company man ass nigga.
$2 an hour.
The f out, because I know everyone says finding a job right now is so hard, but I've been trying to find a marketing job for so long now, and it's actually the most difficult thing ever. Like, I didn't expect it to be as hard as people actually said it was, but it is. Like, it's literally a loop of just like hopelessness. Like, it's just over and over and over. Every time you think you're close, you're actually not.
The job market is so bad right now that I'm fully convinced the only way that you're going to make money and be financially stable right now and in a career path that you don't absolutely hate is by starting your own business. And the idea sounds more and more enticing to me every day when I watch these videos of recruiters talk about how they have over 600 applicants for a work from home position.
Let me tell you how bad the job market is right now. I got laid off about 36 days ago. Probably 200 applications in. Out of that, probably 25 rejection letters. Signed up at Walmart for a job. Signed with the local Publix, my grocery store, for a job. No interviews, no contacts. Out of all the applications I put in, I've had 2 interviews. Been ghosted probably 15 times. Then I decided, well, you know what? I'll do DoorDash. Went to do DoorDash. Couldn't get on in the area. Your zone is full.
Nigga, that's crazy.
Can't even do DoorDash.
That's wild.
That's how bad it is.
You can't.
I've been aged out 36 days. This is the longest I've ever been without a job ever in my life.
Damn.
23 years in the military, master's degree, bachelor's, tons of experience. Can't find anything.
You know what it is, though? They figure because you're of age, we can't get over on you. You know the ins and outs. You know your way around the business. We can't bullshit you. They'd rather take someone fresh out of college with no experience or little to no experience so that they could pay them pennies on the dollar. It's really that simple, dog. If you was an evil corporation and your sole purpose was to maximize profits, do you want to deal with the older generation who know their worth, or do you rather deal with the younger generation who are just happy to have a job? Any, many, miny, younger. It's really that simple, dog. I'm telling you, it's fucked up, but that's the truth.
I'm a recruiter and I work in the life sciences industry. I posted a position yesterday on LinkedIn for a data scientist role. The role's remote. It filters out anyone that doesn't live in the US, has knockout questions for people just to make sure that they meet the qualifications for the role. So active applications, I log in today, over 600. Taking a look through all of the applications, every single person is qualified. I have to go through and reject over 600 people for a job that these people probably well deserve because our market is crashing. I've never seen anything like this in the 11 years that I've been recruiting. The job market is awful right now.
Hey, it breaks my heart, bro. I'm not going to hold you. Data scientist, that's not a hard skill. I mean, that's not an easy skill to acquire unless you like some type of genius, right? That's crazy, dog. And what I'm noticing so far right now, it's a whole lot of white people saying they can't find a job. Now, why am I bringing that up? If you got common sense or you've been watching the channel, you already know where I'm going with this. When Manhattan catches a cold, Harlem catches the flu. If I go and look up what the unemployment rate is for white people, for Hispanic people, and for Asian people, it's going to give us numbers. If I compare the white unemployment rate with the black unemployment rate, our unemployment rate is going to be double of theirs. So who has the cold and who has the flu? If white people are having a hard time finding a job, Daquan, Shaniqua, Jamal, you're going to have a doubly harder time finding a job. There are literally people out there that will reject your name just because it sounds black. So couple that with the fact that you have people with implicit biases, you have people who are straight racist. Like, it's so many factors why black people unemployment rate is double white people almost all the time. And if y'all think I'm bullshitting, go and Google it for yourself. Use Perplexity or ChatGPT. I'm not just saying this shit to be divisive. I don't give a fuck who family feelings I hurt. I'm gonna give y'all the facts. That's the fact.
Got a job offer for a place, a tanning salon, a managerial position, right? Required my bachelor's degree. I was like, yeah, of course, this is good. I'll be working with, different environment. I like, makeup, blah, blah, blah. $14 an hour. $14 an hour.
That's disrespectful.
What? I wouldn't have been able to fucking eat with $14 an hour. Like, it required my bachelor's degree. I went to the interview. I almost took the job, honestly, but I didn't. I said I would rather be unemployed. I mean, that's just ridiculous. And this is a tanning salon that is very well known. I'm pretty sure it's in every state. It is so baffling that they're paying their people like that, especially how overpriced their shit is.
Hey, bro, look, with my degree, I remember I was telling y'all this in a video called something about college degrees are worthless, dog. The last offering that I received before I ripped that motherfucking degree up into shreds was $14 an hour. I said to myself, damn, I literally have a hard ass that you absolutely have to be smart to get. And all it's worth is $14 an hour. Are you shitting me? Man, I said I might as well just keep working while I was working at, bro. Well, I did do that because shit, I couldn't find nothing, man. Shit hard out here for a pimp, man. For real, man. I'm somebody's child, goddammit.
So I just came out of the City of Burbank job fair and media expo where there were no jobs available. It was about 2,000 people, including me, holding resumes, and a bunch of tents of people, I guess, promoting their businesses, I guess, and no one was hiring at all, including the company that just laid me off. There were about 100 people in line to talk to them, and then there was just like a lady from there being like, if you're trying to drop off a resume, just go online, it's all online. I talked to a lady from the Burbank Library. She's like, we're here to answer questions about the library. And I was like, okay, are you guys hiring? And she was like, I don't know. go online. Anyway, it was awful.
Bullshit.
And demoralizing. But I did it. I gave it a try. I can say I tried. Do better, City of Burbank. There are a lot of people out there looking for jobs right now, and I think I was not the only one who expected there to be some people hiring at the job fair.
Hey, let me shit on Donald Trump one more time, just in case y'all ain't heard me shit on him enough. Listen, right now the job market is absolutely garbage. But let me ask you this. For the people in the comments who are looking for a job, the stock market is up, record high. Is that helping you? I'm dead ass serious. Like right now, to the people that's really looking for a job, if President Trump told you, like, man, I know it's rough out here, you know, and the jobs is looking tough, but at least the stock market is up and 401ks is up. Does that help you in your situation? I don't think so. I just be wanting people to realize that, dog, the crazy, delusional MAGA fans that be on my social media talking shit. Like, bro, real life people don't give a shit about the stock market, bro. If you don't know where your next meal coming from or how you gonna cover the light bill or put gas in your car, what the fuck does the stock market have to do with your situation? It don't have nothing to do with your situation. What's gonna happen is somebody gonna sneak your bitch ass, bro, and you deserve it, bro, because you sound stupid. People don't want to hear that shit, man. I know I don't.
I'm to the point, I miss the days when you had to just go into a physical location, fill out an application,
Facts.
And you had one interview, you sat down, you talked to the freaking owner of the business.
The golden age.
And at the end of it, you were offered a job or
Facts.
you were told no. I mean, I miss those days. Why in the flying fuck do we have, why is it the way that it is today? I mean, two interviews and the questions that are asked. My goodness, I have never been asked such stupid ass questions in my entire life. The lady literally asked me, "Are you kind?" What the fuck? How does, like, what the fuck? How does, I don't understand. I'm going crazy. Like, are you guys hiring or not? Just, it's that.
I feel like "are you kind" is a legit question to ask if somebody's gonna work for Chick-fil-A or Raising Cane's, man. I don't know what type of hiring strategy that they use, but like, bro, I've probably only experienced one mean person ever going to Chick-fil-A or Cane's, dog. Yes, you have to be kind to work there, but I get it, dog. I come from the era where you can walk in and fill out an application right there in front of the place, get an interview that day. In fact, bro, I only didn't get hired for 2 jobs out of, like, man, I had so many of them. But I'm a really good interviewer, dog. So I've only not gotten jobs twice out of all the positions I applied for, bro. And I got a good feeling why I got denied, dog. You know, the people looked at me stupid as soon as I walked through the door. I said, It was like that scene from Life when Martin and Eddie Murphy character walked into the little diner and they were trying to get some nigga pie. He was like, damn, man, they look a little hostile in this bitch.
Simple. I'm fed the fuck up. I'm fed the fuck up, and I know I cannot be the only one fed the fuck up with the job market and how things are operating today. It's just,
you guys, the job market is literally insane right now because I have used every single connection I have made since starting my professional career, even like college connections. I have messaged every single person that I can possibly think of. I've emailed recruiters that I've talked to years ago about jobs at like previous companies that I was interviewing for. I've even cold emailed recruiters that I found like on LinkedIn, and I'm like, I don't know what is going on here, but I can't even get like an initial interview and I'll be extremely qualified for the job or even overqualified for the job. And I'm like that desperate. I'm just like, I think people are preying on the fact that we're all that desperate. I don't know what to do. Every time I apply for something, I make sure my resume is fully tailored to that job. I make sure there's keywords in there that match the job description perfectly. And I literally, I'll have like initial phone calls with people and they'll be like, don't worry, like if we proceed or don't proceed, we'll let you know otherwise. Sure. We won't ghost you. They've all ghosted me. I'm like, don't even tell me that. And then another company I was interviewing for, it was like an initial HR interview. She was like, oh my God, I'm so excited to get you in front of the team, yada, yada. And I followed up with her like a week later when she said she would get back to me. And when I emailed her a couple hours later, I got an automated response saying they are moving forward with other candidates that are more like the experience is more closely aligned to what they're looking for. I'm like, what are you looking for then? How are people finding jobs? Unless they're taking jobs that have crap pay and are just sticking it out and have multiple jobs. I don't know.
I got laid off from my corporate job yesterday.
Oh, shit.
And I think that this is the reality for a lot of Americans right now, and it needs to be shared because America is not doing well right now. We have a 94% prediction rate that the recession is going to come, but yet our frickin' administration hasn't even made the move to actually say that a recession is coming. And let's actually call it what it is, a depression. People can't afford groceries, they can't afford rent, they can't afford buying houses, they can't afford having babies, they can't afford having the kids in general if they already have them. We are not in a good spot, y'all. I know that I'm just a number in a company, but I thought I was okay. You're going to think that you're okay because you've worked there for so long or you have the right experience. Like, you guys, I have an undergraduate in marketing, a master's in business, 6 years of paid social media experience, both on a strategist and manager level. I have done people management for at least 3 years. I'm a senior level in my career. And yet, when I was hired to do a senior level role, I was forced into entry level positions. I was doing entry level work as a senior level strategist, all while at the same time being asked to reduce my workload with AI. And our team was having layoffs every 3 months.
There you go, y'all. Y'all heard the key word, AI, man. AI coming for them jobs, dog. Some people would call them basket weaving degrees. I'm not going to disrespect it like that. I'm not an asshole, but it is what it is, man. Some degrees are just worthless at this point because the jobs can be done and outsourced by AI. It's really just that simple, dog. And these corporations, greedy as hell, man. They going to go with the move with trying to save money. They got to make them shareholders happy, bro. Y'all got to understand that. If you got a job, I'm telling you right now, bro, you better be thanking your lucky stars, man. You better save your money, buckle down, handle your business, dog, because, boy, I'm telling you, with these jobs, tomorrow not promised, bro. I ain't just blowing smoke up y'all ass. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I know so many people right now that ain't got no job and they need one.
I should have seen it coming. I really should have. But the thing is that it was not something that I saw coming. Because the day before that they laid me off, I was literally talking coverage plans with another employee who was going on leave for months. How am I supposed to sit there and not think that I'm safe in that moment? I just think it's absolutely ridiculous that we live in a world like this where my manager wasn't even the one that fired me, by the way, or laid me off. It was frickin' HR, and they read off a script, but my whole team got laid off. And this is the reality for a lot of Americans right now. My partner is a first responder, so I'm very lucky for the fact that I can be leaning on him for support right now, because luckily his job is secure, thanks to the fact that, number one, his job is essential, and number two, he has a union behind him. What I will never understand is why corporate agencies have not unionized.
Because that makes the corporation's life hard. They fight tooth and nail against shit like that, bro. Motherfuckers got whacked back in the day for them unions, man. I remember hearing somebody, I forget what his name was, but he was a big time union guy. Man, motherfucker came up missing. Yeah, corporations will literally off you.
We're not allowed, right? We're not allowed. That's part of it. We'll get fired because at least in this corporate world, they're always going to side on the side of business because that's what's making the government money. This world right now is not supporting people. It is supporting business. You are just a number, unfortunately. So please prepare yourself for shit like this. I wish I would have. I wish I'd been applying to other jobs months ago. I just was so dumb to not realize the signs. I want to talk about it. I think people need to talk about it. I think we need to make this more public. We all saw the jobs report. It was awful. Getting laid off on the day that the jobs report goes out, and it's 22,000 instead of 75,000 new jobs. You know how discouraging that is?
News came out today that there are more unemployed people in America than there are job offerings or job openings. So we are inherently cooked. I know for myself that I've already been applying for jobs, and I've applied for over 1,000 jobs already in the last few months. I've had interviews that have led to nowhere. I have a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, and a technical degree, and I still can't get or break into the tech world, which is in shambles right now. But I know that it has to be more than just I'm making a career switch and I'm just not I don't have a lot of experience under my belt when it comes to tech, right? It has to be a little bit more than that. And I honestly do believe that something is brewing, something is going to happen quickly. If you have a job, which I do right now, I'm very thankful. Keep your job.
Please.
Stay in your job. You can look for other jobs, but don't ever quit your job.
Yep.
Because it's awful out here.
I am unemployed, and we had some savings. I had some severance to hold us over for a few months, and that is running out I have been interviewing, I've been applying for jobs. Like, it is literally my part-time job right now to find a job. I've had interviews. I haven't had any offers. Certainly not any offers for remote work. I've had interviews for in-person work, but they pay significantly lower. Like, the places where I live, where I have to go to work, they don't pay well. At least they don't pay what remote work will pay. But here's what I am doing. I am opening up my classes on VIP Kid because I used to teach English to kids in China. I'm continuing to apply. I'm continuing to go through with interviews, whether they're in person or they're virtual.
What do you think about?
Hey, look, while she was talking, bro, I was looking up the unemployment rates by race, right? Race, ethnicity, right? Black, African American, 7.7 boy, I cannot talk, God damn it. 7.1% to 7.3%. Hispanic, 4.8% to 5%. White, 3.6 to 3.7%. 3.6 plus 3.6 is 7.2. What is the interest? Not the interest rate, the unemployment rate for blacks? 7.1. It's double basically, bro. Straight up. Per capita, we got more unemployed people than white people do. It's crazy.
About the mass extinction event that's happening in the jobs market, mostly because of AI. How is it affecting your life? Well, I can tell you that it's certainly affecting, or it seems to be affecting, everyone's life if you're Gen Z, even millennial, and possibly even Gen X. And our government is not doing anything about it. They're sitting on the sidelines while these billionaires and these giant corporations develop a technology, and there's no thought on how this is going to affect our society. And you might think, why isn't government doing anything about it?
I'm going to tell you why, because the white elites are evil people. Elon Musk, Donald Trump, they're all evil. I'm going to tell you why, bro. Because if you sit back and let these companies fuck over your pupils, your country, dog, you don't give a shit. Only an evil person would do that. Yeah, well, you're a socialist. Hell yeah, I guess I would be if it was between me and them and y'all. I'm going to pick y'all every time. What the fuck? I would not let these people be doing all this shit with AI in order to replace them. Like, come on now. Common sense tell you that if nobody in America has jobs, then who's going to run America? Do y'all want us dependent on y'all and y'all going to start giving out a universal income or some shit? Like, what's the end goal? It don't make no sense because I saw something about China saying that, nah, we outlawing that. You ain't finna sit up here and just delete all of these jobs and replace them with AI. Matter of fact, since I ain't got nothing else to do, man, we finna fact check it right now. Is it true that China banned employers from outsourcing human labor with AI, or at least to some degree? Not exactly. What's been reported is that Chinese courts have said companies generally can't fire workers just because AI can do the job and the company wants to cut costs. That is different from China issuing a broad national ban on outsourcing human labor to AI. What the ruling means, a court in whatever that is ruled that dismissing a worker on the ground that AI replaced his job was unlawful, and NPR reported that the court said AI adoption by itself does not automatically justify termination. What it does not mean, this does not mean China has banned AI use in the workplaces overall, or that employers can never restructure or automate jobs. The reporting suggests that the limit is on using AI as a standalone excuse to avoid labor law obligations, severance, or fair dismissal procedures. Simple way to think about it is, the best summary is, China appears to be drawing a line against fire people just to replace them with AI, at least in some cases, rather than banning AI outsourcing across the board. Did America do the same? Let's see. Not in the same way. In the U.S., there is no broad federal ban stopping employers from replacing workers with AI, but there are some rules and laws that limit how companies can use AI in hiring, firing, surveillance, and discrimination. Some states and cities regulate AI in unemployment in employment decisions, especially hiring, firing, and promotions. There has also been federal interest in tracking AI-related layoffs and job changes, but that is about reporting and oversight, not banning or replacement. Employers can still automate or restructure jobs, but they may run into labor law discrimination, privacy, or wrongful termination issues, depending on how they do it. Main difference from China. China's reported court action was more like, you can't just fire someone and say AI did it in a specific case. The U.S. has mostly taken a lighter touch approach so far. Regulate the process, disclose risk, and prevent illegal discrimination rather than broadly forbidding AI-driven workforce replacement. So the simple answer is no. There you go. Writing's on the wall, bro.
Well, it's obvious, right? Its government is completely corrupted by corporations, billionaires, and special interests.
Just got off the phone with an old friend of mine who's way smarter than me. And I don't think anyone realizes.
Nick, this boy making. Every time I get off the phone with somebody, I literally just talk to somebody smarter.
Where we are in the world right now as a society. We are creating something.
I'm skipping this nigga, dog. He's spinning this shit. I ain't got time for that, bro. I'm about to get seasick playing with this.
I don't think anyone knows what's coming. It's not gonna be good.
On Tuesday with the hiring manager. Before that, I had an interview with the recruiter, and she told me we had hundreds of applicants. You were the resume that we saw, and we were like, we absolutely need to talk to her. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. She's like, we were talking about my background and everything. She goes, he is totally gonna want to talk to you. Whatever. We move on. I talked to the hiring manager. That was on a Friday. I talked to the hiring manager the next week on a Tuesday, which was last Tuesday. I'm talking to him. The interview's going really well. I'm like explaining my background because he is coming from a completely different area in tech. And so he doesn't really understand what I've been doing in AI, but now he's running this AI department. So he's really trying to understand. I'm explaining everything. The interview goes really well. I ask at the end, I'm like, is there anything that you heard me discuss today or from my resume that you think makes me not able to do this job? And he was like, well, the only thing was when I saw your resume, I was worried about your leadership experience because this is a lead position. And he goes, but we have more than covered that. Like, I know you're a senior editor who runs a group of 15. Like, I totally understand your leadership experience. Like, we're all good on that. Like, it works. Okay. And then he also, and it was like, once I saw your resume, like you were the person that I wanted to talk to. I'm like, we need to get her in here, all this stuff, like telling me like how I am perfect for this role. And so then he says, next steps, I really want you to talk to these other people. I want you to see the AI platform so you can understand what you're gonna be working on. Just make sure you're comfortable with it and like you got it. He was asking me about how I would interview other candidates like under me for the role and stuff like that. And then he's like, okay, so you mentioned an edit test for those people. I think maybe I'd want to set up an edit test too for this. I go, oh, awesome. Yeah, like great. Stealing my idea, first of all, second of all, whatever. And so then literally this man is telling me I am the top candidate for this position. We're setting up an interview. That was on Tuesday. I sent him a thank you note on Tuesday. Send him a thank you note. Talked to the hiring or message the hiring or the recruiter. And I was like, hey, like this interview went really well. Let me know what the next steps in the process are when they come up. Basically, that was Tuesday. We don't hear anything on Friday. So on Friday, I'm starting to worry. I'm like, I haven't heard anything all week. I'm kind of like nervous. I'm like gaslighting myself. I'm like, did he actually like say all those things or did I make them up in my head and like black out and like I'm lying to myself because I have OCD. So I was like tweaking a little bit. And I'm like, no, he fucking verbatim said these words to me. Like he wants to set up the next interview, all this stuff. So today I'm taking my dog home from the dog park, get a message. Sunday, 4:14 p.m. Mind you, this man's on Pacific time, I'm on Central. So this is 2:14 p.m. He's obviously catching up on emails. He goes, hi, Blake. Let me read it verbatim. This is what it says. Hi, Blake. Thanks for contacting me and connecting earlier last week. We are progressing our interviews with candidates for the role and we'll be in touch. Okay. You literally told me I was getting a third round interview. So I'm confused what's going on here because that is very clearly a no. It's also not like the tone he was using with me. So I'm like, I don't really know what happened. I guess I'm just like really confused. Like, how did I go from being your top candidate and getting a third round interview to you're not even in the running anymore? And maybe I'm over analyzing, but I don't really think I am. I talked to multiple people in my life and they're like, no, that is not a good sign. So I just got
off. That's wild. That's wild as hell right there, dog. All of that. Hey, man, another thing is, too, a lot of these job postings not even real. I heard about them just putting out fake job postings so that they could steal people's information because when you give them your resume, you're giving them a whole lot of information. So I'm going to look into that for y'all, but I've heard about that. I got to go and do my investigative journalism on that shit. But, dog, it's rough out here, man. If you got a job and you like, man, I don't like this job, man, I'll quit and find another one. Shit, not today. Today, not today. Not today. Not today. They trying to have us in bread lines and shit like during the Great Depression, bro. This not what's up, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, though, dog. Y'all stay up.
Hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up.